Folks, we are back, and we are edging into Drydock. Had a little technical difficulty on the phone end of things, the live stream end of things. Otherwise, you would have seen her approaching. Again, I'll say it again, if it's not 1945, it's crap. We've got 3 tugs, one behind her, one on the other side. And she is just cruising on into the dock. Plenty of room on either side of her, no chance of scuffing the paint job, even though we're going to repaint her. I know some of the crew member families are watching. I hope you guys are as excited about this as we are. You see that blast shield sitting on top of the torpedo tubes there. We want to thank the Shears family, Greg and Carol Shears, and we want to thank James Landry for donating to have that fabricated. Also, thanks to all the companies in Phoenix, Arizona that did the work at cost, and for West Pilot, who provided the trailer to drive it over from Phoenix, Arizona to Baton Rouge, and Mechanic Salvage for lifting it onto the ship with their crane barge. There are stories like that all up and down the ship of groups of companies and people who have donated to make KIDD the only World War II configured destroyer in the world. Viewers, give me a shout in the chat. How is my audio? Can you hear me now? She is over halfway in the dock. Moving smoothly. So it was a long process. And start sliding. Oh, thank you, Bill. Appreciate that confirmation that you can hear me. And now once we get her in, it's going to be a long process to make sure that she's lined up on the blocks and then start pumping things out. Got a new boat here, Bosco, helping guide her in. Trey Paul is behind her, and the John Boy is on the other side. Was on the other side. I think John Boy has already moved on. Ah, there he is, coming out from behind Trey Paul. He was hiding. All right, I am dead even with the end of the dock. You'll know she's in when you see her disappear. Got Oren Bordelon here taking pictures. Oren, how you feeling right now?
Good.
Good?
All I have to do is come off.
We won't have to worry about any high water alarms for a little while. Trey Paul is powering up a little bit. She has, I think, about a foot, maybe 2 on the main deck level before she is completely in. You can't see from here, but I'm pretty sure there are divers in the water that are going to be checking things out, making sure everything's lined up. They'll be passing lines from one side to the other to position her. We still have a little bit to bring off of the ship once she's up in dry dock. First and foremost, we got to pull the pirates off of the stack. So when we do the blasting, we don't lose that artwork. It took us many, many, many years to get that pirate as close to World War II as we could. And the crew members told us, World War II told us, don't ever lose this artwork. And that is our intention, not to lose it. All right, she has passed the back end of the dock. She is fully in the floating dry dock. Oren's telling me they just tossed a mooring line. They'll probably be walking it over to the side here. And folks, just so you know, the reason I'm not panning all the way to the left to give you the full shot is because it's a secure area and I can't take pictures of it. So we work with what we have. And Thomas E. has been very generous about letting us be here and do this live stream. We appreciate it. I didn't mention it before, we have some other cameras going. We've got Miss Molly doing stuff for the social media, and Mr. Brandon back there by the tent is filming for a documentary that we'll be doing. In addition to the pirates, we're going to be bringing the whaleboats off. We'll be bringing the torpedo directors on either side of the bridge. We'll be bringing those off, along with our Polaris's for restoration. Somebody asked on a prior live stream or prior video, the torpedo tubes will be staying put. We will not be lifting those off. Miss Molly, did we get clarification on our super chat challenge?
Clarification?
Yeah, is it a cumulative total or is it singular donation total?
Cumulative.
So I spoke in error earlier. If you want to get Parks Stevenson on camera for the live stream, we need to have a cumulative total of $50. You get a cumulative total of $100, and you have, for $100, he will reenact a scene from Titanic with one of our staff members, the lovely Miss Gabrielle Fulton. And if you get a cumulative total of $200, he will do the Titanic dance, whatever that may be. I have no clue what it is. I'm a little afraid of this thing getting out in the world. So, you know, if you want to see if the world will end, donate. Everybody get on and bring that total up to $200 for the live chat. All right, live chat? Not the live chat. Super chat. Super chat. I'm still learning the terminology, folks. And now we get to the point where we sit and wait. Again, the Kidd is in the floating dry dock. I did not know this time last year how long it would be before we got to this point. So the fact that we are here is a fabulous hallmark for everybody that was involved in getting us here. McKinney Salvage, Barrett Shipyards, Johnson Marine, Thomas E. Shipyard, Bud Wine Divers, TNT Salvage, whole bunch of people. Hello, Michigan. How are you doing? If Chris Britton is watching, which I think he was, hello, Chris. Hello, Lego. I am so glad she's going into Drydock too. You don't even know, man. You don't even know. When your ship has a leak, you don't sleep very well, and I have not slept very well for 5 years. So I'm looking forward to having a solid night's sleep tonight. We're doing good, Lego. Always good to see you. Another little bit of naval history for you while we're sitting here waiting. Did you know that there is actually a USS Houma? It was named for the Houma Indian tribe, for which the town gets its name. And it was a yard tug, as most tugs are named after Native American tribes. So USS Houma is a past U.S. Navy ship. I don't think she's around anymore. If she is, she's been sold to a private entity, no longer with the Navy. Demofino. Yes, it is very strange going to the museum and not seeing Kidd out my window sitting in the cradle or floating in the river. Super strange. I don't know if y'all can pick up on my mic what's being said behind me, but the staff is conspiring to try to get Parks into doing that dance. They were playing blackjack while we were waiting for the Drydock to sink. You can see pictures of that on our social media pages. They were playing with pennies and dimes. I don't think they raised enough to make it all the way to the $200 that's necessary. Anybody watching who's been in the Navy, we have a helicopter going over. Classic Navy stuff. You are 100% right. Anybody who's been in the Navy knows the mantra, hurry up and wait. You hurry, 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 hurry to get something proceeding, getting ready to go, and then you got to wait. And that's what you do here with dry docking. Just got a message on Facebook. Congratulations on your progress. We appreciate that. Kyle, I actually missed watching New Jersey go into dry dock. I watched her going upriver, but I did not actually see the dry docking process. Miss Molly is filming this and Mr. Brandon, and so hopefully we'll have a time-lapse video showing the dry docking. We've got a couple of cameras on the dry dock itself. I do not know anything about Laffey going into dry dock anytime soon. I know she was in dry dock probably about 10 years ago, maybe less. I don't think she's going back into dry dock anytime soon, unless you're thinking about USS the Sullivans. The Sullivans had an announcement earlier today. It looks like they have secured funding, which is a fabulous announcement if what I understood was true. Hello, Kipfer. Welcome back. Thanks, All-American. That's true. When you speed it up, you see all those adjustments, but you don't necessarily see them with the naked eye. Bosco is maneuvering. Not sure what's going on there, but you see all this vegetation floating around. This stuff is actually wind blown, and it just goes wherever the wind blows it. You'll see a few shots that we did earlier this summer, and the entire basin here is just one solid mass of green. It's a unique little pilot house on top of the Trey Paul, an extension. I would assume that it's because it gives them a little bit of height so they can see over the dry dock or over any barges. Does the Kidd have reenactors on board? I thought that said reactors. I was like, here we go with the conspiracy theories again. We have had reenactors in the past. Unfortunately, it seems like reenactment groups, the actor part of the name gets really blown out of proportion, and usually there's some sort of drama within the group and the group disintegrates. So we haven't had any for a while, since right before COVID. And from what I understand, that group kind of broke up. So the folks over at the Alabama with their living history group have been talking with us. And once we get home, then they want to come over and see if they can work on board the Kidd as well as work on the Alabama periodically. And maybe, just maybe, we can get a homegrown group here in state. But the key is no drama. We're taking care of a ship. We do not have time for drama. Michigan is hot and it's humid, but it's worth it to see this happening. There are a lot of families of former crew members. There's a lot of crew members from the Cold War watching. Hopefully our 2 World War II veterans that are 100 plus are watching with their families. And I know they're all thrilled to see this happening. They want this ship to live, as do we. And the best way that she can live for a good long time afterwards is to take care of that hull in advance rather than when it's an emergency. As soon as all of this is over, we're going to be stockpiling cash away so that it'll be there for the next dry docking. Lego, what we have is called field days. We've been having them since 1996. We haven't had but one since COVID. but we got very busy with getting dry dock prep going. And the dry dock prep was really something that the staff could handle. You couldn't really bring a whole lot of volunteers in all at once for it. I know that sounds weird, but it would be more time to teach them what we needed to do in the limited time that they had than if we just did it ourselves. And again, I know that sounds weird, but that actually is the case there. Sometimes it's just easier to do it yourself. Well, she's got camo on right now, Kipford, but we'll be putting new camo on. They're going to take care of all the metal work first before they blast and paint her. There's no point in painting her if they got to start cutting up the bottom and doing repairs elsewhere. Once they get everything taken care of, that'll probably be the last thing that happens. The camo that's going on is measure, I want to say 3210D. It's a dazzle type camouflage. It's what she wore from around December of 43 through sometime in late 44, which means we are breaking our 1945 target date restoration, and we're doing it for educational purposes. And after the paint begins to fade, probably in about 5 years, we will go back and push further back to 1943 to that measure 21, I believe it is, camo, all blue. And then we'll have that for about 5 years. And then from there, we'll be teaching why the different camouflages are the way they are, what they do, what they don't do. And then after that 1943, then we rotate back to this camouflage, measure 22. And we start the whole process over. And if they haven't fired me by the time we get to that point, then I get to retire, leaving her perfectly in 1945. But they may fire me before then. Who knows? Nothing is certain in this world. We got the Battleship Alabama jumping in. Hello, folks. We love the Bama. We escorted Bama over into the Pacific back in 43. John Boy is coming for a visit.
That guy with the white truck is the owner. He says that they do.
All right.
I say, on the bug spoke.
On the boat?
He said you can go on the boat if you want.
Oh, okay.
But you don't have to go on the boat. You just stand next to it and you get the whole, although, this boat is being way.
Yeah.
You can see the whole dock of what they're doing. They just move
Right.
the front end over. What they're going
All
to
right.
hold the back end over.
All right. Well, we're going to take a walk, see if we can get a better view.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the whole thing.
Hello, Tanner. How are you doing today? Oh, now, Fox, you had to bring football into this. We don't roll Tide with anything. You're in Louisiana, my friend. Go Tigers. Sean, I think my favorite camo scheme is probably measure 22. I'm biased. I understand the dazzles, but I also understand that the dazzles don't do anything for us. They don't really protect the ship. The idea was nice, but it was kind of a failure, unless you're just trying to avoid gunfire. You see here, they're passing lines across right in front of the John Boy. Water's in the line at the moment. I'm going to rest my arms and see if I can give you guys a steadier. There you go, Kip. For now, you're talking. Sean, I eat gators. Gators don't eat me. A little bit steadier there. That plant vegetation that you see, of course, is plant and vegetation. That's a double entendre. That vegetation you see floating in front of me, you guys are really missing out on the unique smell that it has. Pungent might be a word for it. Overripe, rotten, smells like a swamp. Would you believe it's been almost 30 minutes since we started this? Anybody have any questions along the way about what you're seeing here? Yeah, the Calcasieu River is famous for having gators. I grew up right near the headwaters of it. And that's where I learned somewhat to swim. But not when the gators were around. Do we have any merch coming out in the coming months? Let me summon someone. Mr. Oren. We have a question for you, sir. He's got to put his boots on. Give him a second to get over close to me. One of our viewers is curious about what new merch we might have coming out soon.
Oh man. See, we're getting some like USS KIDD branded stuff.
Any new merch?
We got some new Kobe models coming out.
There we go.
Yeah, back into the museum.
If you can't hear him, we've got some new Kobe models that have been ordered that are coming for the museum. And if you are in driving distance of the museum, there is a Kobe collection currently on temporary display. 3 big display cases for it. What else you got?
We just got new Metal Earth models in the other day.
New Metal Earth models? Those are really cool. I always like those.
And then eventually we're going to be coming out with some new t-shirt designs.
And some new t-shirt designs coming out. So, plenty to look forward to. We'll be advertising them as they come out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I will not be modeling them, so that's another reason to purchase them, because you don't have to see me model them. Someone asked, how long is it expected for this process to take from beginning to end? It'll be about 5 hours total. All American, thank you for visiting the museum on Saturday. That keeps putting money in the coffers and lets us keep doing what we're doing here. You saw the Kobe models. What did you think, sir? Either he dropped off the stream or he didn't like the exhibit. All American, did you enjoy the Kobe? Kipper, thank you for that. Oh, now I need to rest my leg because my leg was hiked up at an unnatural angle. Dig them. All right. There you go. You have an official endorsement from All American Travels here in Louisiana. If you go see the Kobe models at the KIDD, he gives them a big thumbs up. To quote All American Travels, I dig them. Kipper, I'm not sure I understand that. Can you rephrase, please? Hello, USS Slater. You know, there are no anti-submarine nets, but I have a spy on the KIDD, so I know if she moves. So Paul Ferrace doesn't know who it is, but I have informants on KIDD. I don't have informants on Bakuna, nor on Cobia. Both of them threaten to sink KIDD every chance they get, but that's okay because I threaten to depth charge them. We're all one big hashtag one fleet. We love each other very much and give each other the business constantly. No, I need you to do your ad again. You ready? Miss Molly wasn't ready to go on camera yet. You ready? All right, here we go. Miss Molly.
Hi. So, of course, we need donations, we need your support so that we can accomplish everything we need to in the dry dock. YouTube has a feature, now that we've been monetized, to send super chats. So go to the bottom right and you can click that $sign. You can send us money directly through YouTube. Now, we have a little incentive program going on today. So if we raise $50, we're going to show Park Stevenson on camera. He's going to talk. If we raise $100, Parks is going to recreate a scene from Titanic. And if we raise $200, Parks is going to do his Titanic dance. None of us knows what that means, so I would really like to find out.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I'm very afraid. But that's cumulative, not individual.
Yeah.
Okay, so cumulative. So all of you can band together and donate and get a Titanic dance going while the ship is being lined up, you know? This is like watching paint dry, so you know you can have a little fun while the paint's drying in the background. Yeah, this will. Yeah, you know, you guys are all in the chat. Y'all can talk to each other. You can figure out, you know, if y'all each want to donate $25, each want to donate $10, what have you. There's 18 of you watching right now, so you should be able to meet that cumulative so far. What's our cumulative so far today?
No.
You can't tell?
I'm trying to find that information, but I'll let y'all know as soon as we find out.
I think it was somewhere in the range of about $20 or $30 so far.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, so got a little ways to go.
Yeah. Also, if you're interested in USS KIDD merch, go to USSKIDD.com, and we have an online store where you can buy hats like this, t-shirts kind of like this on our Homa Drydock. So check us out.
And you've got the donate button at the support our mission section of USSKIDD.com. And you can go and just, while paint is drying here, you can open up a new window and you can just put one of our videos on repeat. Do the really long one for the kamikaze attack from Nightmare Off Okinawa in the KIDD Keynotes playlist. It's about 2 3/4 hours long. You run that about 3 times, you're going to rack up some money for the nonprofit. So
yeah, we get a little bit of money from all those ads.
Yeah.
That's the way you can donate without even.
Yeah. So we appreciate all the help. This is what we do all day long. We just say, hey, please give us money. You want to see new paint job versus old paint job? Look at her stern. The new paint job stops right at the front end of the first 6. That paint has faded very little since May of last year, 2023, when we went down the starboard side from the stem all the way around the stern to those hull numbers. And we ran out of water. That's a very tall tug. Do we have any Navy vets watching? Chime in if you served. And then chime in doubly so if you served and you went through a dry docking like this. All American, the name is painted on the stern. You're looking at it right now if you are able to blow the video up. It is black on blue. We did that so you could see it, so we're breaking the camo a little bit there. It should be blue on blue, just like Texas is doing right now. It's raised lettering, which is how you would tell. But during the war, it would not have been painted black like this. It would have been blue or gray, whatever the technical color is. To me, that looks blue, but I know it's a form of gray. We're going to have to do some work there. There was a rust bloom that took root due to some stress cracks and expanded over time. So right about where the second D is and into the first D, it ate some of the hull. And so we patched it up with some temporary epoxy. Epoxy may not be the right name for it, but a compound that hardened up just to keep it weather tight until we could get down here. That's one of the jobs that we will see done here, is they're going to repair that section of the stern where that rust bloom occurred. Look for any additional cracks going down from there. Very likely it is occurring, or it occurred because of a hit right on that starboard quarter between the hull number and the name that occurred back, I want to say 83. I'm drawing off my memory here. We had a tugboat company, pushboat company, that was set up right behind us, and a driver of the Betty Smith, motor vessel Betty Smith. He pushed into forward instead of into reverse and slammed one of his uprights, like you see here on the Trey Paul, one of those upright forks, right into the stern of the KIDD and caved in a big section. If you want to see what that looks like, go to our shorts section, and you can see a short talking about the top four collisions that the KIDD has been in. MV Betty Smith is one of them. She's been hit twice since she's been in Baton Rouge. Once a week after she arrived in 1982 by a runaway tow of barges, and she T-boned it. There's a little dent on the bow, on the nose, and then the MV Betty Smith, I want to say about a year later, slammed into her rear end. So she got, if it had happened all at once, she would have gotten accordioned like my Saturn SC2 back in 2005, 2006. All the tugs have moved away. She is tied off to the dock. They are waiting for the divers to check things out, and they'll be making some small adjustments. So I'm going to take the opportunity right now to go ahead and sign off and recharge my phone, and we will be back in a little while when they start raising the dock. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.